Hey y'all, this is Jessie with our latest episode of Gun Gals Live. We have a fun show planned for y'all and are excited to get to it. But first, let's run through our panel. Tonight we have Armintha. How's it going?
It's good. It's good. It's Sunday night and I've been off all weekend. Yay!
Yay! Love the weekends. We also have Stacey. How are ya?
I am doing a lot better than I was. I also had the weekend off. Still haven't quite got my voice completely 100% better, but it's getting there. How about you?
You sound a lot better. I'm doing pretty good. We also have the Clover Tack. How's it going?
He's alive, I promise. I'm not even near him.
Whatever, you done muzzled him or something.
No, he's out
We
in his man cave thing out there.
Okay, well let's come back to him. We also have the gun snob. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for having me tonight.
Thank you for joining us. We also have Tardot. How are you today?
I'd be better if these shackles would come off my wrist.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Well, you could at least taken them off for this show. I mean,
He has a nose. He can press mute and everything. He's fine.
I need to borrow those later.
I'll totally bring him at NRA. Clever Tack, are you with us now?
Yup. Thanks for the invite.
Thank you for joining us. How are you?
I'm well.
So, if you would like to join the Gun Gals panel, we would love to have you. Shoot us an email at info@gun-gals.com for more info. Before we get started, we want to give a huge shout out to our awesome Patreon supporters, Clover Tack, Ghost Tactical, GA Trucker, Angry Hay Cutter, The Gun Snob, and Gizzard Gary. Thank you for your support to Gun Gals. And Ghost Tactical just joined us. How are you today?
I'm good. Sorry I'm late. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. So tonight's show, we're going to be talking about NRA and all that fun stuff. So Arminthia, I'll let you take over real quick.
Because okay, I don't know why she put me in charge because she actually had all this written out. So
okay, I got you. I'm okay.
I'm like over here like, what am I doing? I don't even have your notes in front of me.
So
oh, it's total amateur hour tonight. Sorry, guys.
That's all right. So, with NRA and with Tulsa and NRA coming up, I know a lot of y'all sat there and did preps to boost your immune system for SHOT Show. Do y'all do the same thing for going to like Tulsa and NRA? Let's start with Ghost.
Not for Tulsa and not for NRA. Usually, the only reason why I kind of do the old immune system boost is it's in January, right in the middle of cold and flu season. So, by the time NRA rolls around, really the only thing that kind of gets me around that is allergies. So I do not do the vitamin boost.
Oh, okay. How about you, Clever Tack?
Same. I don't mess with it.
However, do y'all like load
not.
up on like hand sanitizer and stuff like that though?
Not really.
Not as much. No, I always have a little thing of them in my bag, but I don't think I ever used them one time last year. Honestly.
Really? Okay.
How about you, Tardot? You got any plans for boosting your immune system for these events?
Not really. I'm trying to think of something smart to say, but I can't really come up with anything right off the top of my head at the moment. I think they'd be more afraid of what they'd catch from me than what I'd catch from them.
Ew. How about you, Stacey? You got any plans for boosting your immune system?
Usually
I know you're trying to get over.
Usually I don't, but I'm still trying to get over this gunk that I've had for the last, 2-3 weeks. So, yeah, I'm definitely considering going and getting a few things. I know I have some of that emergency stuff here that my husband bought when we were sick. So I'm definitely thinking about maybe getting some stuff and definitely starting my allergy, routine started again too.
Definitely. How about you, Armintha?
I actually will probably start taking mine. I actually have some of my Young Living vitamins that I've got, and I will probably start taking them here pretty soon to prepare me. If nothing else, not just for my immune system, but for my joints, because you don't think about it, but I know NRA, walking and carrying the backpack, which I'm used to walking a lot, but just the added weight of the backpack and stuff just kept me sore and stuff. So just adding a little something for my joints and stuff like that is what I'll be looking to do. I am getting a little older and my body has been fussing at me. So
yeah, for me, I'm still trying to get over whatever junk that I ended up getting. So I'm on the Zicam, emergency, Theraflu, Alka-Seltzer, all that stuff. So when it comes time for next month, I'll be on all the allergy medications that I take just because of the season changes and all of that. With all of the season and temperature changes from y'all being in Texas and Oklahoma to coming up to where it's a little bit colder at times, do y'all have any tips or tricks to keep from getting sick? That's to whoever.
Stay away from anybody who's sick.
I love you so much.
Well, I'm going to tell you from my perspective, the number one way to keep from getting sick and prevent from passing your germs is going to be hand washing. Duh. Hand washing.
I wash my hands all the time and I still got sick.
Well, you shouldn't. I'm going to leave that alone.
I'm going to say don't let anyone sneeze in your face. I don't know.
Yeah, with me starting to work and being up so early and being in and out of, cold weather, and then it might start to boost up a little bit, get a little warmer, and being out in the weather has really, thrown me for a loop a little bit more than normal.
I don't know. This is going to be my question. So in April, when we come up for Wanamaker, is it going to snow this year?
Well, you see, you better bring shorts and a heavy coat because you never know.
You've got Texas weather going on.
Right. I mean, it may be 85 degrees or 90 degrees, and it may be 30. So,
got you. Okay. So, since we've talked about our immune system and keeping from getting sick and stuff, we'll move on to our next thing.
Well, we weren't able to finish our discussion last week of the plan for NRA. Since a lot of us opted for houses when we go to NRA, we can grill out, chill out, all of those things. Does anyone have dinner plans for the NRA trip since we'll be there pretty much all weekend?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of it depends on Everybody else that's going, if they have hotel rooms, but maybe, going, maybe not every night, but every now and then, going with them somewhere. I'm not sure who else is going to have houses and who's going to have hotel rooms. So I don't know what their plans are, but I imagine at least one night, maybe.
Well, it was a discussion that we had kind of bounced off of each other off and on since last year in April when we went to the Wanamaker show. They had breakfast and we'd do something for lunch at the show, and then we'd usually do like dinner plans at the hotel. And now that we're not at a hotel, some of the houses have grills. I'm actually not sure what our house has, but Armintha.
We actually, Clover and I, and then Ghost is with us, and we've got a house, and I know that ours has a grill, and between us, we had kind of talked about maybe having a one night where we did either hamburgers or chicken or whatever, and we could eat at our house. Something that I had brought up, and I think Ghost really liked that idea, because our house is actually set in the 50s. It looks like a 50s style house, which is pretty freaking cool. We had actually talked about maybe doing a photo in front of our house where we actually dressed up in 50s style clothing and took a photo as a group. Is Ghost there?
Yeah, I'm here. I like the idea. I think it'd be kind of funny, and a little way of remembering NRA this year. And, it doesn't take anything special. I mean, throw a jacket on, a white T-shirt, roll some cigarettes in a sleeve, and you're a greaser,
Right. Right. It wouldn't be anything that we actually had to go out and buy like clothing for or anything. I mean, it would just be something really, really cool though. Kind of a cool way to. So I thought that was pretty awesome.
Ooh, so since our house is the ranch style house, does that mean everyone's bringing their cowboy boots and we're going to do a photo shoot in front of our house?
I always wear cowboy boots, but I ain't doing no photo shoot.
Cowboy boots and a kilt might be kind of weird.
Snob or probably break the camera anyways.
Oh, goodness. Goodness.
Cowboy boots and a kilt. Yeah, let's not do that.
Actually, I would love to have that picture. I think it'd be really, really cool. We should so totally do that.
The cowboy boots and a kilt or the 50s style?
Both?
Yeah, I'm all for the 50s style.
Okay, so moving on then into actual NRA. Have most of you actually looked at the exhibitor list? And kind of, do you have an idea of what you want to do? Do you kind of have a game plan yet? Or is that something you're going to wait until you get closer to?
I've looked over it the last few days.
Have you already started kind of putting together a game plan?
No, I just kind of putting together the companies I want to at least try to visit and talk to. I don't know if it's a game plan. I've just been kind of making notes of some stuff.
Are you trying to put them in like a particular order, like most important to least important, or, prioritizing them in some way?
You act like I'm an organized person.
I was just going to say, do you realize who you're talking to?
I may do that now that you've mentioned that, though. That does make sense.
What about...
Huh? I said, I guarantee you he still won't do it.
That's funny. What about you, Tardot?
I've looked through their the list of who's there, but to be honest, it's probably gonna be a lot like last year, where I kind of just make my way around and stop as I'm going. I know last year the big thing was, I think it was the first day we were there, we just made trips around. We hit some random booths that weren't too busy, and the ones that were busy or didn't have their person there that was the go-to person, we kind of scheduled an appointment and came back around either later that day or the next day. So the second day was really our day to make our way around and really have some conversations and shoot some videos with some people.
So explain what you mean by go-to person at that booth.
They all have different, they don't always call them the same thing, but more or less they're a media person. They're a person that's the one that's going to have the conversations and shoot the videos with you, the booth reviews, the promo videos. You know, they'll have their person there that they always have a couple people there that are there to just talk to anybody who comes up. But then they always have a person that's kind of their social media guru, their social media person that more or less knows what's going on when we're coming up, when anybody that does YouTube or social media is coming up to talk to them. So they have more of an idea of what we're doing while we're there.
Okay. How about you, Ghost?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a list of 20 something, maybe 30 something companies that I've already got relationships with, that I've already got meetings set up with most of them. You know, so yeah, I'll be going, and I'm pretty structured when I'm there. I will do some fly by the seat stuff. You know, a lot of stuff would happen at SHOT Show was structured and then it turned unstructured, but I started out with a game plan because I've got obviously certain companies I have to go see and want to go see that I have relationships with. But more importantly, it's meetings already set up, stuff like that. And, you know, obviously we'll kind of, as we see new stuff that we didn't know about or someone we don't have a relationship with, and we'll definitely, you know, we'll go talk to them and all that. But at least the first day is going to be pretty structured for sure.
Okay. How about you, Clever Tack?
Yeah, yeah. If you go to SHOT Show, the way that it works, or the way that it works with me, you go to SHOT Show and then you initiate that contact. Most of these companies are going to be pretty busy between SHOT Show and NRA. They're trying to get those new products out. They're dealing with, they do a lot of business at SHOT Show. So they're dealing with a lot of dealer orders and all that good kind of stuff. So they've got a lot of things going on. And they've got other shows too. They've got the outdoor show and then EWA and a couple of other ones. So they're really busy. So NRA, you establish that initial contact at the SHOT Show and then follow up at NRA. So NRA needs to be a little more structured so that you can get those solid follow-ups.
That's pretty good advice. Because something that I have kind of figured out as I've been doing email and stuff too is I've not necessarily had one say, come by and see me at a certain time. They're just like, hey, come, make sure you stop by. But it's not like, hey, let's hang out or anything like that. It's just, hey, stop by. And that's with the handful that I did with SHOT Show. But I have sent, huh?
I was going to say, even NRA though, with the vibe in NRA is different, and so even if you have a structured approach with NRA, you would think, okay, if you're relating it to SHOT Show, you think, my God, look how overwhelming SHOT Show was, and I ran, and that was kind of fly by the seat of my pants. Imagine if everything would have been structured, how hectic it would have been, blah blah blah. But what's weird is NRA is a whole different vibe, and it's easy to go through a structured approach and still be relaxed and still go to the media room and chill for a few minutes or go smoke or whatever, and still stay on schedule for that stuff. Not quite as hectic. There's not as many vendors there, and their vibe is different. Because, like I said, SHOT Show is all about them locking down the deals for the year, and there's massive amounts of money involved and all that kind of thing. And then with NRA, it's more of a laid back approach. They're more so showing things to the public. Is more so when you come in as media and you're following up, they're dealing with the public all the time. And unlike SHOT Show, right? Where at SHOT Show, they're like, you may be media, but then they're trying to cut this deal over here, and cutting a, multi-million-dollar deal is far more important than them talking to you as media. Or on the flip side of that, with NRA, for pretty much the whole show, they're dealing with John Q public. So any chance that they have to deal with media at that point, is something different for them. It's something they're going to enjoy that interaction a lot more than just that standard spiel to the person that may not know anything, that uneducated person just walking around.
Okay. So basically, it's kind of a good idea to go through the catalog and kind of start making contacts with people now and kind of setting some of that up, maybe, or going.
It all depends on your approach. I know, I won't speak for Ghost. I'll let him jump in, of course, but Ghost seems really big on making those solid appointments. And for me, mine is more of a, hey, I'll swing by and catch you. It's just a more, I don't know. I do a more lax approach, more unofficial approach, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, and the only reason why I try to, if they want to have a dedicated time, and a lot of them aren't, they're not like, hey, come by, I'll say, what time's best for you? They say, well, anytime on Saturday or Sunday morning, or they give me kind of general, I'll put that down. Someone say, hey, we're going to be pretty busy. Do you want to set up a time? And I'll say, sure, what times works for you? So I leave it up to the company, because they're going to kind of know, maybe they've got a brand new product out there anticipating being busy, like busier than normal. So at that point, I might ask for a specific time. If it's just going to be the same old, then they might say, well, Saturday afternoon is usually best for us, or come by Sunday morning or whatever. So it's not like I'm setting every appointment is going to be at a specific time, but if they want to set a time up, I definitely will, because that's going to keep them structured as well.
I have a question for you all that are, not new to this and going as, because I went to NRA last year, but not as media, just as your everyday Joe. What would your advice be to someone who's going for me as media for the first time?
As far as what aspect?
Just anything in general, just a general advice on the show, going as media versus going as an everyday person.
Understand, this is just me, and Clover can speak for himself, obviously, but for me, it's understand that, and you don't have the experience of going to SHOT Show, but SHOT Show and NRA are much, much different. Most companies really enjoy NRA more, at least they'll tell you that, because it is more laid back. But just because it's a little bit more laid back, I wouldn't suggest going up there unless you actually have a relationship that's, not just, hey, my name is so-and-so, and you've emailed back and forth. But if you actually know the people that you're going to talk to, they're actually going to be happy to see a friendly face instead of all of just media people they don't know. But more importantly, understand that the public is going to be there as well. So if they see a friendly face, be aware of that, and understand that sometimes you will actually get a better conversation staying a little bit longer than you normally would, just because they're wanting to talk to a friendly face of someone they know, so they don't have to deal with all the extracurricular stuff. So be prepared to not sit there and say, I want to be there for 3 or 4 minutes, shoot my video and go. Sometimes it's better to just sit there and talk to them and just relax, and not necessarily just try to get as many videos as you can. Sometimes cultivating a relationship is much better than any video you're going to get.
I can see that.
Yeah, and on the public part of things, the aspect of it. Yeah, realized going in, and you were there. You know, I don't know if you experienced that just walking around last year or not, but that was aggravating, at least for me. I'm not going to say it was something that ruined the show, or if it's anything you got to plan for, necessarily anything like that. But you've got people that, unlike SHOT Show, really don't have to worry about it. You set up, you're doing an interview, people see the camera, they do whatever, they leave you alone. You know, NRA ain't gonna happen. You know, some beer swilling, you know, NRA member gonna walk by right in the middle of your video and be loud and start asking home dude questions and all kinds of stuff. Or if you're trying to take pictures, kids are gonna run up, grab guns off the wall while you're taking pictures, and you know, it's just, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's great that there's that type of public interaction, but it's just something that you're gonna have to let go. You're gonna have to kind of learn to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? And the best way probably to deal with that, and this may sound bad, but the best way to deal with that probably is owning your space. You know, present yourself in a different manner there than the average person just walking around looking. You are media. You've filled out the application. You've been given media passes. So, you know, act like you belong there.
Okay. And I can see that, because even just last year when when I was trying to talk to somebody about a product, you know, somebody just walk up right in the middle of it and start talking to the person that's trying to tell you something. I mean, just general.
It only happened a couple times to me, but also understand that people see cameras around. They're going to try to photobomb you, and they're going to try to actually, if they're shooting a video, they're going to try to like walk behind and make funny faces and kind of photobomb your videos also. It is what it is, man. I mean, you know, you can try to get mad at them, but it is what it is.
I just lost my train of thought. Oh, I know what it was. So has everyone actually heard back from NRA and actually gotten their media passes now?
I finally got an email back. I tried to call them several times, and that was apparently a mute point because they never answer their phone. And I left a message, and no one ever called back. But I did get an email back from them the other day, and they apologized. Said, fortunately, they're experiencing technical issues with the media application, just to send them all my info, and they would get it handled. But I sent them all that, and they still haven't heard anything back yet. But that was Thursday, so I figure if I don't hear anything back soon, I'll email again.
Yeah, we heard back last month, and it's taken a little bit to get them to kind of make a push on it. I think I had to email them about 2 or 3 times, and they finally responded saying, yeah.
The email actually says, we're working to correct the issue, but if you could please send us the details of your request here via email, I can get you added to our list. Thanks, Christina. So I sent her that. So
kind of makes me wonder how many people are going to show up and not. One of a couple things is going to happen. Either it's going to really tie up the media room, because you're going to have people showing up that haven't, you know, they just submitted their crap and then blew it off because they're some big shot or whatever, you know what I mean? And they're just used to it. And then so they're going to show up in the media room, and they'll have to try to figure all their stuff out and get them a pass right there and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, what's that going to be like in a situation when we go to pick up our passes? And then also I wonder, with that going on, the number of people that maybe they didn't hear anything back and then just said to heck with it, especially with the sentiment with the NRA right now. And they just say to heck with it, you know, and so how many, you know, be interesting to see how many media people are there this year. And that may be a question that you can get with them in the media room. They may can answer that question, but it'd be interesting, I think, to know how many media were there this year compared to last year.
that's what I was kind of wondering just to myself the other day. Is there everybody going through the same thing, and are some of them just going to not say it's worth it and just say forget it?
I mean, you're going to have those people that say it's not worth it and just, you know, whatever. You but they're also the ones that, anyone that's going to take it seriously and actually wants to be there, they're going to figure out a way to make it happen. And we've all been through that. We've all emailed Christina, and I heard back from her on Friday that said I'm approved. So, but she said at that point, we're going through some issues here, and it doesn't sound like it's an overflood of applicants, but I think they might only have like maybe 2 or 3 people working there. So, if you get 1,000, even if it's 1,000 applicants, which isn't a lot, you get 1,000 applicants, you'll get 3 people. It's going to take a while,
Right.
Well, with all of us talking to Christina, I'm starting to wonder if it's just one person working it.
Yeah.
I think she's in charge of all the media relations, but she might be the one that's handling all of the emails. But she might have, even if she only has a few people, she's got no more than probably 3, I'd imagine.
Yeah, and it took him 3 days. I just looked at when I sent the original email. It took him 3 days to even get back on that to that point. So
I was gonna say that she, because Christina's who we emailed with my information, and I want to say we did that Tuesday, and I got an email, I want to say by Thursday. I had confirmation that Guy's Wife Media was approved. So,
well, one of the problems is I emailed her on Monday and just said that I'd submitted my application and hadn't received anything back and was wondering about the status of my press pass, and she came back with that email. So then I sent her all the information. So,
well, yeah, in the initial email that we sent her, we sent the confirmation email that we originally had gotten.
I didn't think about that.
So that it had all my info in it when I did that. So, okay. So, trying to think. I know that you guys picked up like a lot of swag and stuff last year from NRA. Is that something that you plan to do this year also?
Yeah, of course. The only issue with swag at the NRA, honestly, I think that, well, I don't think, I know, and it has to do, it goes quicker, and there's 2 reasons. Number one, it's a lot shorter. You're talking 3 days instead of a week, and then you're talking the general public, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so those people, the general public goes crazy. There's a lot of people at SHOT Show that could care less. And I would be willing to bet that, 90 some odd percent of those that go to NRA, they're snatching up anything and everything they can get their hands on.
Well, then here's a question. When we start talking about like T&E, are these companies looking to do T&E with just regular average people that are there for NRA? Or are they looking for media people to be able to do this with?
T&E, they're going to make sure I'm not muted. Yeah, they're not going to offer T&E just to anybody that walks up. You're going to have any relationship with a company. You're going to have something to offer. It's going to have to be a mutual benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, does it happen? Could you walk up as just an average Joe and get to talking with them, and maybe they give you a flashlight or this, that, or the other, and just give it to you? I mean, it's not a T&E obligation. They just give it to you. Sure. That could happen at NRA. And that was another point I was going to make about NRA is, unlike SHOT Show, NRA, it's easier for them to send you home with stuff right then and there at NRA than it is at SHOT Show. Because at SHOT Show has to do with, again, you got to look at the money involved. And so they've got their booth, and they may have one of each product, right, out there, or 2 of each product, or whatever it might be, out in their booth. And if they give any of that away at SHOT Show, then they don't have it there. and then somebody comes in looking to spend $6 million on said particular item they don't have, and they're screwed. NRA is not that type of show. So, um, it's very possible that they could send you home with stuff right then and there. Now, not obviously not firearms or loaded ammunition. I've never heard of anybody taking stuff like that straight home from NRA, but anything regulated. But accessories, flashlights, backpacks, gun cases, things like that. It's entirely possible.
Yeah, and I think a lot of you have to understand also is SHOT Show is an industry where they're usually their mindset is revealing their 2019 product line. So they're not going to do a whole lot of, besides swag, they're not going to do a whole lot of giveaway stuff. But understand the NRA show is public's going to be there. So they want the public to feel good about their company. So they probably a little more are apt to either upscale their swag, give outs, or make better swag or something like that, or give away backpacks or something, or hats and all that instead of just stickers or patches, because they're there. The public's going to be there. They want to put their best public face on it. SHOT Show, it's industry, and the public's not going to be there. But without the public, these companies don't survive. So they're probably going to put a better foot forward at NRA, in my opinion, than at SHOT Show.
I could see that, and that makes sense. So,
well, another thing I noticed about NRA last year, we spent a ton of money there just buying stuff like lights and bags and stuff like that. So,
and that's another.
They do have a lot of products there for sale.
Yeah, and you can't buy anything at SHOT Show. I mean, we had a company this past year at SHOT Show literally on Wednesday get kicked out of SHOT Show. Like they covered up their booth and told them to get out because they were selling something. That at NRA, they do sell things. So,
yeah, that booth was actually quite huge, and it was in the dungeon that they shut down, and actually put up signs saying why they shut them down. I'm not even sure which company that was, but yeah. Okay. So with that in mind, then I know that we're all going for content and such like that. Is anybody out there looking for anything specific that they're hoping to come home with by chance?
I really am. Last year we ended up losing a lot of content that we had from NRA because our computer sucked. So not only do I want to kind of get in touch with the people that I got in touch with last year and get more content, but I want to go to Voodoo Tactical and Can Concealment. They have
leg garters. Oh my gosh, I love that. I was looking at them earlier. Oh my gosh.
Okay. So they have an option to where you can customize, and that's something that I'm really excited to talk with them about at NRA, because it's hard to find a good holster for me for the 1911. And so the fact that they do customize, I'm wanting to see if it's kind of like with Femme Fatale. I can get it customized to fit the gun that I use. So that's like my first priority is find Can Concealment. And then there's a place called Pretty Hunter at NRA this year. And I've never heard of them, and so I want to check them out and see what they're about. And Packin' Neat. I just really like the name. So I don't know what they are. But yeah, I've got a little bit of research to do.
Packin' Neat? Like,
yes, packin' with an apostrophe and then neat. NEAT.
Interesting, because Packin' Heat, HEAT. That's the Hearing Pro that's with the Czech crystals.
Oh, that's cool.
And they're supposed to be there.
Oh, that's cool.
And I also noticed that Femme Fatale has a booth there.
Yes. So I'm definitely excited to catch up.
And say, because I've already written
It's
her
gonna be
booth
awesome.
number down and everything. So there are a few things
Me too.
that I did make a point to write down. So
I've
what
got
about you?
like 14 written down right now.
What about you, Stacey?
Mostly, holsters and, different, maybe like undergarment, concealed carry are the main things that I want to look at because, I've only so far carried it in the waistband and on the belly band. So yeah, looking for different ways to better conceal and stuff that's comfortable, that's, not hot in the summer, not, too constricting. But yeah, definitely want to look for different holsters and stuff. That's the main thing. And, holding and, a few other guns, see if I like the feel of some of the guns. But mostly it's, just different ways I can conceal carry. So the ones that you guys mentioned would be awesome to check out.
Mm-hmm. I honestly can't imagine fitting a 1911 or a 1911 in a garter holster on my thigh. Jessie, I have no idea how you're going to do that, but okay.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Otherwise, I might have to talk to my husband and be like, listen, they can't do it like this. So I need to buy a new gun for my thigh when I wear my dresses.
Be like trying to put Big Bertha on your thigh. Be like,
wait, is that an option? Hey, baby, I need a Big Bertha. I didn't know that was an option.
No. Chris is not going to let her go, so.
Oh, no. Y'all can keep y'all's. That just means that I need my own Big Bertha because she's beautiful. And I would totally carry her every day. Like, for real.
Are you saying Big Bertha or Big Bursa?
Bertha.
I'm just joking.
It's and I can't even remember. Clover helped me.
44 mag. Beautiful.
Yeah, the revolver. It's huge.
Black Hawk.
I mean, yes, there you go. See? She remembers.
It's because I got a crush on her. I mean, she's so pretty, y'all. When I shot her, I fell in love.
It's a Red Hawk. It's double action.
Oh, sorry. Red Hawk.
Okay.
That's how we keep him paying attention. We kind of sneak things in there and ask questions. So, all right.
Sorry, my brain don't work. I'm totally set on Big Bertha right now. So let me get my train of thought back.
That's all right. Does anybody else have anything that they kind of want to discuss about NRA tonight before we? Anything that we... Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I know we're all, besides Jessie, that's a little bit closer. We're all a little further away. Mm-hmm. So no, we're leaving Thursday morning, and coming back Sunday. So I didn't know what time you guys were leaving because you're going to be further away than even we are. How long of a drive is it for you?
13 hours is what I was told.
Well, that's not too bad.
And something about when we go through one of the states, we can't stop for anything.
I thought
y'all must be going through Illinois.
That sounds right.
I thought he said last week that he wasn't going through Illinois.
Didn't the wind blow?
I don't know yet.
See?
And I decided it's an hour further if you don't cut the corner out of Illinois.
See, that was what Snob was wanting to do.
Sure. And I'm not sure on a 13-hour drive I want to add an hour.
Yeah.
We're just going to cross it.
Yeah. Snob was wanting to go all the way around it. And I'm like, it's going to take so much longer. Just go through it and don't stop.
See, I don't understand. He's worried about the 1 hour. You're talking 1 hour versus, a 13-hour trip and adding 1 hour. We drove.
Yeah, but you don't understand. You're talking about a 13-hour trip, yes, but then you're talking about the stops and to eat and to go to the bathroom and to refuel and to do all the other stuff you've got to do.
Okay,
That 13 hours is not going to be 13 hours.
A 24-hour trip turned into 27 hours. Uh-huh.
I was just about to tell you, let us tell you that that 13, 14-hour trip is not 13 or 14 hours by any means. Probably close to the 18, maybe 20.
That was not helpful, by the way.
Well, just think about it like this, okay? If you're carrying before you get to Illinois, you've got to stop and make sure that everything is state appropriate. Otherwise, that
With
1 hour.
With Illinois, as long as you don't get out of your vehicle, you're fine. That's what I read on their I don't remember what they even called it, the state, basically highway patrol, whatever, said that, if you were a non-Illinois resident traveling through, in your car, it is, and if you're talking about if you're licensed, anyway, that in your car, all your state's laws and regulations apply, but once you step out, it's Illinois and you can't have it.
So does that apply? Like, what if you were to get pulled over in that state? Does that still apply?
Well, you're in your vehicle, so you would be by what I read with Illinois law, you'd be all right in your vehicle. So
I'm probably at the very least going to take mine off and put it in the console going through Illinois, just because.
Yeah, I don't think I would. I don't think I would have it on my person, even in the vehicle through Illinois.
Yeah.
Do your potty breaks and your fuel ups and all of that at least 30 minutes before you get to Illinois. That way you can just drive straight through, no stops.
Right.
Well, I'm going to stop before I get to St. Louis anyways, because I don't want to stop downtown St. Louis. That's right before Illinois, so.
Well, and to be really honest, I mean, when we did the trip coming through, because we had to pass through Illinois the first time when we moved up here, when I was dropping them off with all our stuff, moving up here to Michigan, because we cut that way. And it's not very long that you're in Illinois. You're, maybe an hour or two.
Well, and you're not in a horrible place of Illinois, a horrible section of Illinois, really.
No.
So it's not like you're driving through Chicago. Not that there's not butthole law enforcement officers everywhere, but
yeah, driving across Illinois, even going side to side, is nothing like Texas. So you're only there for maybe an hour or so.
Wow. Yeah, and I mean, if you look at all the different counties that have rejected a lot of the gun control measures and a lot of the other stuff in Illinois. So, with the exception of Chicago, Illinois is a pretty good state. Chicago makes it suck.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 2 hours and 30 minutes from St. Louis to Terre Haute, and both of those aren't right on the border, so a little past it.
All right. So, with that, I think we're going to bring this to a close. Jessie is here somewhere.
I totally am. I was in the middle of writing stuff.
There was a squirrel over there.
Something shiny.
I see how you are. I see how it is. No, so lucky. I love y'all. We're going to go ahead and wind things down for the evening. Let's run through our panel one last time. Let's start with you, Armintha, and then you take over real quick.
Oh, okay. Sure. Why not? Okay, so this is Armintha, and don't forget Gang Gals is every Sunday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Also, be sure and check out That Guy's Wife.
I was talking about running through the panel, like what you got going on this week.
I was doing mine first.
Doing mine first.
See. Anyway, with that being said, That Guy's Life Media has got her logo contest going on. We've got 1 week from today, 7 days. Midnight next Sunday night is the end of that. So check it out. Check out my Instagram. Check out my YouTube. And if you've got a logo, know somebody that can do logos. There's $100 out there. So be sure and check it out for sure. All right. Next, we're going to go to the Gun Snob.
Hey, thanks for having me. Enjoyed it. And that's all I got, I guess.
Tardot.
Thanks for having me. Make sure to go and check out my channel. Of course, like I've said previously, I've got a video up there of me in a kilt doing a little review of a tactical kilt for everybody. So just make sure to hop over, check that out. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Check me out on Instagram because I've been posting t-shirt designs like crazy. I've got them all over my Instagram, and I just now placed an order for some stickers and magnets that we should be getting in here in the next couple weeks for me and Gunpowder. So we'll be posting those up, I'm sure, once we get them in.
Very good. How about you, Stacey?
Thanks everyone for joining, for one. Other than that, I go back to work tomorrow, so I don't have too much else going on really. So trying to get over this gunk and going back to work. If it ever quits raining, maybe try and do a video or two.
Very good, very good. I think Jessie was kind of busy, so we'll skip over her. How about you, Ghost?
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was a good show, and can't wait to see everybody in Indianapolis. If you guys are interested, if you're patrons of mine, you can go over to Patreon. I put a poll out there for one of my next showdown videos, or you can go into my YouTube page and go to the community tab, and there's a poll there as well. So let you guys choose what the next showdown is, but thanks for having me.
How about you, Clever Tack?
Yeah, thanks for the invite. Lately, I've been helping out a lot of other creators with their woes, and so just put a little FYI out there, a little warning. You get these, I'll use nice language and just say these people that get on social media and show you the yellow $ icon from YouTube and say they're demonetized and ranting around YouTube sucks and all this other stuff. Take my word for it, and if you don't, contact me and I can back it up that they're not doing what they need to do. It's pretty much as simple as that. I've worked with about a half a dozen creators over the last week, and you get into the analytics and the metadata and other things on their channel, and it's apparent as to why they're getting tagged with ad restriction, not demonetization. So, if you're out there and you're facing stuff like that, don't get discouraged. Don't just blame YouTube and think there's nothing you can do and give up, because there is things you can do. You just have to learn the right way to do them.
Very good, very good. How about you, Jessie?
For me, I am currently trying to get my kids all packed up because in 5 days I will be kid-free for 2 months. I'm excited.
Yeah, you won't survive.
That's okay. I'll just start bothering you and calling you and be like, "Hey, I'm so lonely. Talk to me. There's no one here."
Not a problem.
Other than that, just trying to figure out some of the equipment that we're getting and trying to get a game plan for NRA and all the videos that I want to get done since I won't have any distractions here. It's going to be awesome. So that's just my future week and couple of months. If you're new to Gun Gals, we would like to invite you to like our Facebook page. We are also on Instagram. Real quick, a huge shout out to Gun Channels. If you haven't yet, check it out. Gun Channels is an online Speaking of kids, it's an online 2A community where we can share and connect with other like-minded members. We stream live there as well as here every Sunday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have you heard of Gunstreamer? We're over there too. It's awesome. Go check them out.